And good morning. You've got JC from Caden Connections. Nice to see you. It's 10 a.m, February the 2nd, 2025. It is a beautiful, beautiful day in Bangkok. But as you can see, there's a bit of the old smoggeroony, a bit of the old smoky barbecue, I call it. It's that time of the year in Bangkok where a lot of the farms, in fact all the farms, are burning off their your agricultural waste, burning off all the, the shrub and bush stuff on their farms to clear them for planting. So it's seasonal, it doesn't last long, and it's a necessary part of the Thai experience. 70 million mouths to feed, so I can understand why it happens. It's just a fact of life. It's not particularly bad. It's by World Health standards, it's considered unhealthy, but it's 2 or 3 times worse in some places in the world. So I'll just take a seat and we'll carry on. Okay, this video is all about red flags to watch out for in dating a Thai woman. They are similar red flags as you would imagine dating any woman from any location around the world, not just exclusive to Thai, but there are some subtle differences which I'll explain. The number one is money. Obviously, as a foreigner to this country, your exchange rate is going to be significantly better for you. Your money is going to be worth a lot more. You'll be able to get a lot more here for your dollar. You can get a beer for a couple of bucks. You can get food, get breakfast for $1, noodles for 50 cents, even less. So it's NZ money. So you're going to be quite attractive as a potential mate to an Asian lady, especially in Thailand, where a lot of the ladies come from the provinces. And they are not born into poverty. They're not born into rich. That's kind of it's their middle class, but they have to work extremely hard. My partner worked for 13 years, and she was 18. She came to Bangkok, worked for 13 years, minimum 5 days a week, usually 6, sometimes 7, up to 60 hours a week for minimal wages. Minimal by New Zealand standards, by Western standards, but then the living costs here are significantly less. You can get a room in a condo for less than 50 British pounds a week, not a day, a week. And as I said, food is cheap, transport's cheap. So you're not earning a lot of money, you're not making a lot of money, but you're not spending a lot of money either. But it doesn't leave a lot of room for for growth and savings and whatnot. Anyway, so your money's the first one to watch out for if they're asking for money. Certainly online. My partner, and we're married now, it's been 2 years, has never once asked me for money. She's occasionally said, look, mum and dad need a bit of money now and again, and so I do that for them. I look after the family, but the money that I give them is a fraction of what I would consider reasonable. It's quite all right. So yeah, money's the first thing. The second thing is looking to escape from Thailand and to go back to your home country. It's not such a bad thing. I can understand why they would want to leave, but Thailand's got everything. Thailand's beautiful. I want to escape to Thailand from New Zealand. My partner came to New Zealand for about a month, and she says, and we went all around New Zealand, did all the touring, all the beautiful places and spots to go, and Queenstown and Christchurch and Tauranga and obviously Auckland and the beaches and sun and sand for about a month. And she goes, is that it? I went, yeah, that's it. She goes, oh, okay, no, I prefer Thailand. So she wasn't interested in coming back here. So yeah, second red flag would be if they're looking to get out of Thailand, because once they get their visa with your help, they can start the process of getting a job, and and you could be outskied. You could be goodbye. You've heard of you heard the stories of the green card thing, where they just look after you or look for you. So I've heard of many stories that have happened about men who have done that. They've met the love of their life, back to their home country in the States or Australia, New Zealand, wherever, and got dumped. So that's a sad reality. Look, it's common sense. You can see the red flags, but you just choose to ignore them. I'm 53. I've dated numerous women, lovely ladies. I've lived with many. So I've got the good fortune of having gone through the ringer several times. So yeah, money is a red flag. Looking to move out of Thailand as quickly as possible. Those are the only two kind of red flags I can, obviously if they're a little bit, crazy and they're physically violent and all that kind of stuff, that's obvious stuff. They're not red flags. That's super red. They're super bright. That's as hot as lava. You don't even need to worry about that. It's obvious in any relationship. But apart from the money and wanting to move out, which of course is for selfish means, anyone who is looking to benefit themselves above you and above everyone else should be avoided at all costs. But I can help you look for those signs. If you think it's a red flag, don't overthink that you might be paranoid. It probably is. If you think, oh, you try to justify it by going, yeah, well, she's after some money because, this and that, and especially online, before you even meet the person, that's a huge red flag. I just simply refused to give any money to anyone that I was speaking to in the early stages until I had at least spoken to them on the phone, did a video conference call. You can do a social media check of background. I can show you how to do that too. And I might give a few bucks here and there, especially if we're getting on. But then I'll visit them and I'll spend some time with them, and then maybe. But I'm married now. I'm very, very happy. And that's all I've got to say on that subject. So so those are red flags. I'll quickly go into the benefits of dating a Thai woman. Family is the number one. They are very, very family orientated. My partner, my wife, has a family, an extended family group of maybe 30, 40 people. So they're very family orientated, lots of family events, many people living under the same roof comfortably. They all donate parts of their income to the family unit. So my partner would work in Thailand, work in Bangkok. She did it for 13 years and would give a portion of her income to her parents. So she supports her parents, and when she gets old and has kids, her kids will support her, and that's the cycle of life. You don't see that in Western society. Kids as young as 18, 19, 20 supporting their parents or giving them money. Are you mad? Which doesn't happen, but it seems to work here. So family's a big thing. Having a second big thing, it's only really two major benefits. I mean, there's 1,000 benefits. I could talk all day, but the two major benefits is the family orientation, and that then trickles down into looking after you, having empathy for you, love and support, and having you as the pillar of or the partnership that you have. Family is number one. That trickles down into looking after you. Respect you'll get from a Thai lady is the kind of respect I've never found from a Western relationship. I'll always have the last say, generally speaking. It's not a controlling arrogance that I have with her. It's a partnership, and I'll absolutely consider her opinions all the time, and we'll actually, both decide. But normally she just says, look, I'll follow you. Wherever you decide to go today, whatever you want to do, I'm cool with that. She's very independent, very strong-willed, and we do argue on occasion. But generally speaking, she knows that if she supports me in my decisions, I'll look after everyone. That's kind of my role, and that's what guys do naturally. The other thing is having somebody in the country that you love. If you love Thai food, and you love Asian food, and you love Asian culture, and you love the way that Asian women are, in the way that they respect, and the way they look, and their mannerisms, then great. That's why you're on this channel. If you don't like Asian food, you don't like Asian culture, you're not a fan of Thailand and Thai women, then you won't be watching this. So the other big benefit is if you have somebody in Thailand who speaks Thai, it's going to be so much easier for you personally and in business if you decide to start a business, having someone to translate and help you. You can imagine meeting someone Western, non-Thai speaking in Bangkok as a solo traveller and trying to have a life here. You still have an amazing life. Maybe a double income. That could be spectacular, but it's tougher being a non-resident or non-Thai speaking person in this country. You are going to struggle to find connections. You're not going to have any connections actually, and there's going to be no family here. So that's the other benefit of dating a Thai woman. There aren't really any negatives. There are some red flags, but like I said at the beginning, that's common in all relationships, I would imagine, but certainly more around the escaping the country for their own benefit and wanting money. Once you've gotten over those two hurdles, all the red flags and negatives are what's typical of any relationship. That arguing about this, that, and the other, and what to eat and all that small stuff. And do we have kids? Don't we have kids? That's an important one. You want to kind of get that one over early. Do you want kids? Do you not want kids? In saying that, though, one or both of you could change your mind. Anyway, that's my little video for today. I hope you enjoy. If you've got any questions, come back to me.